Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is February 26th, the final week for Season of the Forge and all the Black Armory stuff because Season of the Drifter and Joker's Wild starts next week. We're waiting on more info to come on that, so we'll get that mostly on Thursday. I'll definitely be talking about a podcast on Friday, so stay tuned for that. But it is Ascendant Challenge time, and we are headed to the Strand and down into the Gardens of Asilia, if I pronounced that right. If you guys want to use the timestamps to jump ahead just to the guide on the Ascendant Challenge itself, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to show you guys where the portal's at. Going to kind of give an explanation on how to beat the Ascendant Challenge, and then show you guys where the lore and the eggs are. So timestamps will be on screen all the time while I drive out there. If you're looking for anything specific, they're also down in the description below. So go ahead and jump on that Sparrow. If you don't have a lot of ammo for like heavy, or you want to get your super up or anything like that, it's always nice to hit a public event beforehand, just so you know if you got full heavy ammo in case there's anything you need to shoot and kill. On this one, there will be some enemies you need to shoot, but honestly, you're going to be using your super mostly. So my advice is make sure you've got a super. For example, well, I'll tell you when I get there. So just make sure you have a super that you can actually put some damage output, because you want an offensive one. You don't want defense, or you don't want to be doing anything along the lines of like shooting tether bows. If anything, you would want to go spectral blades, so it just kind of varies. But I will show you guys what I'm talking about if I can drive this crazy looking Sparrow. I get all the weirdest stuff on my Hunter here, so we'll see how all this goes. Alright, now when you come up, there will be some ads to kill. If you are struggling in completing this, have any issues, I would clear out the ads before you actually kind of unlock the portal. If you feel comfortable just running straight to it, you guys could honestly just run straight there, prop the portal, and just go straight in. But if you feel like you're worried about dying, or might be popping out and going after it more than once, there's not that many ads to kill. So just clear those out real quick. You do have one wizard here. Of course he's going to be hiding. Where you at, buddy? Couple quick ads, nothing too major, and you don't really have to go beyond here. Okay, one more, fine. Alright, so once you get to about here, you can see the big floating platform over there. You're in the first of these circles off to the left of the staircase. We're going to be going behind that rock. So those of you guys that warped ahead, you're going to go ahead and pop your Tincture of Queen's Foil, and also make sure you're running a super that is going to give you a decent amount of offensive output. Now, something for a Hunter, like even a low like Radiant Flux with, Arc Strider, is going to be able to put out quite a bit of damage. Golden Gun. Basically, the idea is you're going to kind of fill a well, and then the well is going to get you your super over and over and over. So if it's Golden Gun, if it's Arc Strider, if it's Spectral Blades, you want something offensive, I wouldn't go something quite as defensive. So, for example, if I went Golden Gun, for example, and I've got my 6 shots, or I want precision, I'm just going to be pumping out damage. So 6 shots and an Incendiary Grenade sounds pretty good to me. Might go with a Phidias Spath for, an extra throwing knife. Nothing major, but we'll just go ahead and jump in. So jump over here to the right on this rock. You'll actually see the portal floating right over here. Again, if you need a point of reference on the portal, basically if you find this rock section through the first gate over here on this left little circular platform, basically kind of totally straight out from that floating tree plant situation. So let's jump on in. Alright, Guardians, as soon as you load in, you're going to look for the icons and see what you can get to quickly. You're going to have a couple of Ascendant Knights that are going to be chasing you. And what you need to do is just watch out for the blights. They will slow you down, so as long as you avoid those, you can travel at full speed. And you just need to figure out where these 3 orbs are at that you're going to need to return. Enemies will spawn, mostly going to be like one Phalanx and some Thrall. So don't worry too much, you can usually get away from them. If you're up here, you can actually bring one down. Now the orbs are in random sections, there's not like a guarantee where they're going to be. If you die and do it again, you're actually going to have to look in different areas. Once you get back towards the middle, you'll notice there will be some Phalanx. So trying to get to the middle and getting your dunk is crucial to do quickly. Now, when you turn and can find your second one, just look for it. So I've got one down here below, and then I've got one way over the top up there, which means I've actually got to go off to the right up there to get it. It's definitely one of the farthest ones to get to, so that's going to be a bit of a hike. But as I run out here, I've got some ads that are spawning, so if I want to keep them away or hit one of those, for example, I can definitely do what I need to do with a grenade, but I wouldn't really stop running. It's not worth killing anything. I would just try and survive. And you see this just line of Shadow Thrall running at you? It's just important. Mainly, it's dodge the big knights. Because when they do that slam, if you've been slowed by a blight, for example, that will definitely hurt, depending on your light level. And then just keep working back to the middle. And dunk. Now, this last one is actually going to be fairly high, so it's actually up there, but it looks like I've got to run off to the right over here to really try and get some elevation up to the top. So, pretty good size ramp. And again, that's kind of the thing. If you see like a really high one, there's probably a ramp to get to it. Looks like the knights are spawning. The more of the ones that you dunk, the more aggressive the knights are going to be, so be careful about that. Try and watch the shadow touch sections when the knights are in that aggressive mode. They are going to be ultra aggressive once you have, the more of these you deposit. And then when you get up to this top section, if you're coming up here, you usually can look down for a platform to land on below. Now this one is going to be a bit of a leap, but if I can make the transfer here, maybe get a melee throw, that'll cover some good ground. Now every time you come back to the middle, again, those phalanx will spawn. Once you get all three spawned, you can do this in a couple different ways. You can just jump up in a tree if you have a pretty ranged super like this. I can literally spawn, look down at the knight down here, and that's one. And this well will respawn it quickly. So this is one of those if I'm up in the air. And again, it's going to go pretty fast if you bounce through the well. Golden gun, for example, is going to work pretty well here. You might need to wait so you know where the actual knight's going to be. That's just kind of fun to do. I think one of these has like one more hit. Just keep bouncing through. So that one's nearly dead. There we go. And then again, just keep bouncing through the middle. You know, if you got that, a grenade to kill some ads real quick so you can kill out those. And then finish them up. Once all three knights go down, you'll be done. Make sure you open up your chest. That will get your Ascendant challenge box checked. And then I'm going to explain the eggs and the lore, but we're going to go ahead and cut ahead to that. So give it a second. The portal will appear. So in referencing the chest and the portal, mainly the portal is where I'm going to reference where all the eggs and everything are at. So let's cut ahead and I'll show you guys where each one of those are going to be. Alright, Guardians, so the chest has disappeared, so make sure you do pick it up quickly. But if you're facing the portal and it looks like there's kind of a slightly gradual hill behind it, this is your point of reference. The two eggs are going to be off to the right, and then the lore bones, and I'll show you one of the locations for Toland next. So first we have the two eggs, and they're really, really close to each other. So facing this kind of hill in the portal, turn about 90 degrees to your right, look for these two little spires, and run right between them. These two eggs are probably the easiest ones to find of all, so they're very quickly. So first, once you hit this little circular platform on the outside, you'll have egg number one straight down below. So go ahead and tag that one. And then if you literally come up here, go around your blight, or you can shoot it if you want to. It's really up to you. But if you go through these two pillars, you can still see it. Just peek over the edge, and then your egg is going to be down here on your left. So literally same side, one off to the right, down below, one off to the left. So your eggs are really easy to find. So again, the two spires I said walk between. Once you go through the first broken pillars, look off to your right. And then after your third set of broken pillars back there, you look off to your left. So that is both eggs. There are not three, there are just two. Come back to the center for your point of reference again. And then now that we're back in the center facing the portal in the hill, you're going to want to go up the hill, but don't get too close to the portal so you get sucked in. Go around the tree just to be safe. And you're going to slightly veer off to the edge over here. It's not all the way up to the top, way above, just going to kind of go on this gradual path. Now Toland, I've seen him very frequently in this little tree. So kind of behind the portal, up the mini hill and to the left. Toland will sometimes be over here in this tree if you're looking for him. And then finally, the lore bones, I've picked them up before, but I will show you guys where they are at. And the lore bones, again, are one of those things I advise to do last, because while you can get out of where I'm going to show you, it's kind of hard to. So go all the way down that walkway. When you get to the end in the circle, there's nothing else but this little kind of broken, kind of grassy platform before you go, jump over there and make the full circle. Creep to this edge and peek down. And when you see the light flash, you're going to see this one little patch of grass that gets lit up right down there. So if you see this kind of split route and you follow this one on the right all the way down, you'll literally see the bones floating right down there. And all you got to do is jump down, aim for the grass, catch yourself right about here, and the lore bones will be sitting right down here. Now getting back up is a bit of a trick. It is doable, but some classes just have an easier time with the jumping and positioning than others. So this is where I will leave you guys. I'm going to try and see if I can get out of here. I've done it before. It's just been a little while. But that is pretty much everything for the Ascendant Challenge this week. Again, this place is called the Forfeit Shrine. It is on Curse Week 1, so trying to get out of here if possible. And we made it back up. So, I literally had just jumped down, and we're back up and kind of around. So that is everything for the Ascendant Challenge. I don't know what number this one is. I think it's number 2 in the order. But Forfeit Shrine, Curse Week 1, and this is February 26th. So that's all your eggs. If you guys need a thought on the time trial, I've done a separate video on that, so just look up Forfeit Shrine time trial. I should probably pop up somewhere. So thank you guys for the support. Broke 33,000 subs, and we are still going. I've been streaming a lot on Twitch. You guys can catch me there. But it's Ebontis on everything. On Twitch and Twitter, it's Ebontis. Right here on YouTube, you know where to find me. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. Leave it a comment if you got questions, thoughts about any of this. Otherwise, thank you guys for the continued support. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. Got a lot of stuff coming, and Season of the Drifter is around the corner. So have a good one, and I'll see you soon.